Hi guys, this is Tim Queen, and today we're going to talk about LinkedIn marketing for people who have never done any marketing in their life. A lot of people who approached me, they run successful businesses. They have superpowers when it comes to networking and people skills. You put them in a room. At the end of the night, they go out with 3 different hot leads. The problem is with this kind of talent, if you have like a business running on your personality to attract the leads, it's not scalable. What happens if you go on vacation for 6 weeks, you want to enjoy your life, and then there is no new leads coming in and your entire team is sitting at home, nothing is happening. You want to find an approach how you can do this, and one of the best ways how you can do this is marketing. I like to highlight LinkedIn marketing, especially if you're looking for B2B customers who are highly qualified. Let me give you a quick overview over the different social media networks, what you can do in terms of marketing. You might have platforms like Twitter, Facebook and Instagram, and LinkedIn. And the problem with Twitter, Facebook and Instagram is that you have a very broad reach of people. That means whenever you're putting out a post, it's usually seen by the average of the population. And that's kind of a problem because only a certain percentage of the population will be matched. Let's say from 100 people who are an even distribution of the population, 1% of them would be ideal customers. So if your post is gonna seen by 500 people, that would mean 5 potential customers would see it. The problem is that if you only get 5 people, what is your conversion rate? Let's say 1% to 10% of them might become a lead. From 5 people, let's say 10%, how much is that? Half a person. You might only get a lead every 2 to 3 days. Now, if you go on a platform like LinkedIn, it's actually much easier to target the right people. Let's say you get 500 views again, but you're able to really pinpoint your audience. So it might not be seen by 5 potential leads, might be seen by 100 potential leads. And now if you're getting a 10% conversion rate to convert someone from viewer to a lead, then you get 10 people instead of a half person. So this is really like a really cool platform that you can use for your marketing. Now let me give you like a brief overview how marketing would work on LinkedIn so you get a better idea. Now let's get the foundation out of the way. The first thing you have to do is you have to polish your company page and your personal LinkedIn profile of every employee. That's the foundation. It's just to get the appearance going. That's why you're not working into office just in your underwear. You want to wear your suit and your business attire. This is just polishing up your LinkedIn profile and your company page. So you have the foundation so people can take you seriously. Now the next step is you want to really find out who's your audience. When you can really pinpoint who are your audience in terms of what industry do they work in, like what is their seniority level, what are their role titles, who else is involved in the decision-making process, and you can really map out all the different relationships and how they contribute to a decision to buy one of your products. Then you can dive deep and really look into like what is going on in their life in terms of 3 different aspects. The first one is what is going on in their personal life. What do they want? What are their dreams? What do they worry about? And then what's going on in their career? Where are they? Where do they want to go? What is important for their day-to-day life in that company to have more fun or feel more fulfilled in their work? And the third aspect is like what is the company's objective and how can those employees help the company reach their goals to match their KPIs. Now this is the first aspect. We're looking at the customer side. Then we're also looking at like what do you have in-house? Like what are the people in your house? What is your secret weapons? Do you have special expertise in-house? What could some of your employees talk about that would overlap with something the audience is actually interested in that would help them in one of the 3 aspects? Once you have the audience profile ready, you can start by creating content which is basically matching the 3 different aspects with the in-house expertise. You're finding the sweet spot where you bring together the in-house expertise and what actually people are interested in those 3 different aspects. And then you are tailoring those messages to be the first step of building a relationship. And you can do that on scale. If you create content such as text, posts, articles, videos, you can actually qualify a lot of potential leads and then building a way how they can go from reading one of your content pieces to connecting with one of your employees to learning more about your company and more about your products. And this is a really great way how you can do this on scale by building a very selective laser focused audience and then transition them slowly from the content coming to your LinkedIn profile to your website to one of your contact forms or getting them on the phone. Yeah, if you want to learn more about LinkedIn marketing, make sure that you subscribe or check out the description. There's a link about how to contact me if you want to learn how to implement this for your business, and I'll see you in the next video.